YouTube? It's your girl JB Good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. Today's video is a video that I've been trying to do for quite some time, and I'm so excited that I have everything down pat so I can now do this video. This video is a working mom tag video, and I actually got the inspiration from this video by a YouTuber by the name of Beauty Tribe. And I got into her videos because she is also on her trying to conceive journey, and I was inspired by some of the videos that she posted, or rather I liked some of the videos that she posted, and I actually subscribed to her channel. And yeah, I've been enjoying her videos for the most, I've been enjoying her videos, I can't say for the most part. I've obviously been enjoying her videos ever since. So like I said, she did a working mom tag, and then she listed the questions in her description box, I guess so that we can see, and if we wanted to do a video about being a working mom as well, we can kind of answer some of the questions that she had answered. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. I actually have my laptop to the side so that I can read the questions that she had. Now I tried to be all professional and type out the questions. I actually typed them all out, and then I forgot it at work. So I have to use my laptop and her actual video description box to go ahead and answer these questions. Okay, so question number one is, do you work from home or leave for work? I would love to say that I work from home, but I actually have to leave to go to work. Question number two, what made you decide to become a working mom? I can't really say that it was necessarily a decision. My husband and I live in New York. When I first had my son, I was blessed to be able to take, I don't even want to say take, I was leaving the job that I was at when I was pregnant with my son. And once I conceived him, I just stayed away from work for 7 months. So I never went back to that job, and I just took 7 months. I really wanted to take a year just to be there with him, and I must say I enjoyed the 7 months. Now, being a stay-at-home mom is challenging. For the 7 months that I did it, I totally understand women who say that they just want to have real conversations with people and not do the whole baby talk type of thing. Totally get that. People that say that being a stay-at-home mom is not really a job, it absolutely is. Just because you are in the comfort of your home 24/7, basically 7 days a week, does not mean that it does not entail some hard work, especially when you're dealing with a newborn, a young toddler. It is a lot of work just trying to adjust to obviously being a mom, also trying to take care of your household, make sure that everything is organized, be like, again, going back to just being the best mom you could be for your child. And then of course, if you are married or whatever the situation is, still making sure that you kind of take care of your spouse as well. So it was a lot of hard work, but I have to say the bonding that my son and I experienced during that time is bar none. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been able to stay home with him for the 7 months that I was able to stay home with him. But I think after 7 months, I was itching to have my own money and go back to work. My husband and I do live in New York, and it is very expensive here. So we did need my income as well. Just to stay above ground a little bit, I guess you could say, just to maintain and then still have like a little bit of extra to the side. So I decided to go back to work because I felt like I was ready to go back, and my son was old enough to where I thought, I thought that he would be okay. How old is your child or children? I have one son. He is 3 years old. He's actually going to be 4 within the next 8 days, so we're really excited about that. When did you go back to work after your child or children? Okay, so like I said before, I went back to work 7 months after I had him, and I think it might be the same thing for baby number 2. Like, I'm gonna just take off because like that time you can't get back. That precious time to just be there for your kids, I loved it. What do you do for work? So I'm currently a compliance supervisor at a home health agency, and basically my job is just to make sure that the aides that work for our agency have everything they need from a medical and compliant New York State Department of Health compliance standpoint to continue working. Did you go to school for your career? No, I did not go to school for my career. I went to school to be an administrative assistant. Well, that was basically my major. I did not complete school. I'm actually going to enroll. Well, I'm actually enrolled, but I'm going to start classes in December of this year. So, no, my job has nothing to do with what I went to school for and what I am going to school to do. How many hours a week do you work? So I work 35 hours a week, Monday through, I'm going to say I really work like, it depends. 2 weeks out of the month I can work 35 hours, and then 2 weeks out of the month I can work a total of 41 hours. So it varies depending upon the week. What do you do for childcare? Okay, this is a great question. So when we first had our son, and I decided to go back to work. We put him in a daycare. It was a home established daycare, which was a big mistake. Actually, I take that back. At the time, it was not a big mistake. He was only 7 months old, so it wasn't like he was going to learn a whole lot from an educational standpoint. But at the same time, he stopped going to that daycare as soon as he turned 3 years old. And being 7 months to 3 years old, I regretted keeping him in that daycare because it was home-based rather, and it wasn't a lot of learning, and it definitely did not prepare him for the daycare that he now goes to. So yeah, like I said, for 3 years he was in that daycare, and then we switched him over to the YMCA near us. They have a daycare program, a wonderful daycare program that pretty much for the most part follows the school curriculum type of thing. So within the year that my son has been there, he has thrived unbelievably. His vocabulary has picked up. He knows certain things that he didn't know before, and I just feel comfortable with him being at an established daycare opposed to being in a home-based daycare. We decided to do the home-based because at the time the established daycare was not within our budget. I mean, daycare for your kids is here in New York, I don't know, well actually I do know like other places it's really cheap. But here in New York, it's like basically almost $2,000, if not more, a month to put your child in good daycare, like a good daycare. Luckily, or at least the daycares that we were looking at, the higher end daycares. However, the Y offers the exact type of programs that those higher end daycares provide for a fraction of the price, which we did not know. Had we had known how much the Y's daycare was previously, he probably would have been going there from the beginning. One of the reasons why we decided to switch him over, aside from the educational aspect, is that the Y offers swimming free. They also offer him to go to gym class. He has computer lab. He has drama class. So all around, it just offered a whole lot more than obviously a home-based daycare did. And we are so glad that we have him going to that daycare. In September, he will be starting pre-K, so we're really excited about that. And he'll be going to the Y again. They do offer a pre-K program in our district. So we're really excited about that. If you are a mom and you are looking at daycares and you live in New York or whatever your situation is, y'all do your research and find a more structured educational based daycare for your kids. It makes a world of a difference. Are you a part of any mom groups or play groups? Unfortunately, no, I'm not. I don't really have the time. I do have a lot of play dates with my son's cousins and friends, more so the family side that I set up for him, so that kind of compensates for, I guess, not being a part of a mom group. I wouldn't even know where to actually start to join a mom group or anything, so no, I'm not a part of any mom groups. What is one thing you love and hate about being a working mom? okay, the one thing I love is just having my own money, and not having to depend on my husband to give me money. Like, yeah, that would definitely be number one. I'm a very independent person. I don't like to ask people for anything, including my husband. Like, if I don't have to, I really don't ask him. And it's nothing against him, it's just everything about who I am. So the one thing that I love about being a working mom, bar none, is the fact that I generate my own, like I work and I get my check at the end of the week or whatever the situation is. The thing that I absolutely hate about being a working mom is that I don't have time to spend with my son the way that I would like to. And when we come home after a long day at the office, and him being in school, he wants to play and really just be up under myself and my husband, which is not a problem. But when you come home from work, you have responsibilities, cooking, making sure that he's good, making sure that he has something to eat, preparing him for the next day, getting his clothes together, getting my clothes, my husband's clothes, packing lunches, cooking dinner, if we have meetings and stuff like that, because we are very involved with our church, and now my husband is a pastor elect. So we're always busy, and I hate the fact that I don't have enough time to just focus on him like I did for the 7 months that I was a stay-at-home mom. Have you ever had anyone say anything negative to you about being a working mom? No, nobody's ever said anything negative to me about being a working mom, but I have received some negativity when I was a stay-at-home mom. There were some people, I'm not going to name any names, who felt like I should be working and really did not understand like how important the bonding process between my son and I was. And not only that, like, I wasn't just a stay-at-home mom because that's what I wanted to do. I was also a stay-at-home mom because my husband wanted me to stay at home with our son. He was 100% comfortable with me being home with him and knowing that, my son would be well taken care of. So I did come across some issues just with being a stay-at-home mom, but I've never had any negative feedback about being a working mom. Okay, I already answered that question. What time do you go to bed and wake up? So I can go to bed anywhere between 10:30 to, I'd say, 11:30 at night, and then I get up anywhere between 5:30 and 6 a.m. in the morning. I have to be to work by 8:30. My son has to be at daycare around 8:30, so we leave the house at 8 o'clock, his school and my job. The beautiful thing about where I work is that it's literally in walking distance to my son's school. So we're in the same area for the drop-off. I drop him off, and then I go to work at 8:30. What is your favorite way to relax? My favorite way to relax is probably reading a book or going for a walk. First of all, I love reading. And I've always loved reading. I also will say another way that I relax is writing. I keep a diary, so I just love to be able to put pen to paper and just express myself in that manner. And then, like I said, I love going on walks. I just feel like walks give me clarity. Like, whatever my situation is, I go for a walk, I pray, and I just feel so good. So those three things would be my top things that I do to relax. How do you balance work and home care / cleaning, or parentheses cleaning? It is a hard balancing act. I am a neat freak. Like, I like everything, dishes to be washed, countertops clean, kitchen floor swept. My living room has to look right. Everything has to look right as it pertains to my house. And when you're a mom and a wife to two demanding individuals, don't tell my husband I said that, it's quite difficult, especially when you work basically like a 35-hour work week, 9 to 5, whatever you want to call it. It is hard. I'm still juggling my whole balancing both home and devoting myself to my child, and then obviously the work aspect. It's still a balancing act. What I'd really like to do is be able to really get a very strong routine. Like from this time to this time, this is what you're doing. From that time to that time, that's what you're doing. And it's something in the back of my mind that always it's like, come on, you need to establish a routine, you need to establish a routine. But I just have not found or given myself the time to go ahead and do that. One thing that I hate about working and trying to, take care of the house and everything else is like at 9:30, that's my relaxed time. Like that's my downtime, which only gives me an hour to like catch up on a TV show that I want to watch, or read a book, or write, or whatever the situation is. It only gives me an hour before I'm ready to go to bed. I think 9:30, that time, 9:30 p.m. is like the bane of my existence, because I hate it. I wish that I could kind of have my downtime a little bit earlier. And I will only really enjoy my downtime when I know that my house chores are taken care of, and I know that I've devoted some time to my son and I've given some time to my husband. So most of the time I don't even really enjoy, I really can't say that I fully enjoy my downtime, because I'm always thinking about what's next. It's bad, y'all. My husband is like, listen, you just go somewhere and sit down. It's hard for me to do that. I feel like there's always something within my house, or with my son or my husband, that needs to be done. So I have to work on that. I really want to get a good routine. Do you wish you were a stay-at-home mom? Absolutely, 100%. When my husband and I first got married and we started to discuss children, I told him that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. The flip side of that is I didn't, I guess I didn't think about the fact that, girl, you're not going to have your own income type of situation. So, yeah, that was that. But yes, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom with my own income. So whether that's, doing a side, obviously that would entail a side hustle or something like that. I want my own money. But I would love to be a stay-at-home mom, to be able to be there for my kids when they get home from school and go to all of their day-to-day activities with them, after they get out of school, to just be there to put them on the school bus, be there to pick them up and get them off of the school bus. I just always want to be a present parent. So absolutely, I feel like being a stay-at-home mom, you have no choice, in my opinion, but to be a present person in your kid's life. Not that you're not when you're working, but you just can't do as much, I feel like, when you're working. Both of my parents, when my brother and I were coming up, were already retired. I had older parents, so they were already retired and they were at home. So I always would be able to come home from school. My mom would be in the house. I always had a parent home, and I would love for my kids to be able to experience that. What I can say with 100% certainty is that growing up, I never had a daycare that I went to or anything like that. I always had either my mother or my father home with me when I came home from school, and I definitely would love that for my kids. So I would absolutely love to be a stay-at-home mom. I believe in the near future that is in the cards for me, but a girl got to figure out a way to have her own money, okay? Okay, next and last. How do you balance working and YouTube? YouTube is still something that I'm still navigating and trying to post a little bit more frequently and everything. So just like I said, with the whole trying to balance being a mom and taking care of your house and being an employee, I'm trying to find balance as it relates to YouTube. So I will keep you guys posted on that question, because I'm not quite there yet with a comfortable balance, in my opinion, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So we have come to the end of these questions. Thank you guys so much for staying until the end. If you are a working mom or a working dad and want to do a video like this, please drop your YouTube name in the comments and I'll definitely check out your video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until my next video, bye-bye.